The Smashing Pumpkins were right. The world is a vampire. I wasn't much into Baldur's Gate. I wasn't at all into Baldur's Gate, but the opportunity of playing Baldur's Gate 3 seemed interesting. Until more information came out and I realized it's a game that's not worth my money, it's a company that's not worth my money, and I'm not going to give it to them. And I don't think people should either. First, let's talk about how the developers decided it's fun to mock the players for making fighter classes that are mainly white because, whatever. But what really annoyed me with this game was the fact that, once upon a time, certain individuals were excommunicated from communities. They were not allowed with normal people. And I'm talking about people that fantasize about doing stuff with animals. And yet here they are working for game companies and making those fantasies a reality for themselves. So I just decided I'm not going to buy the game just from that. There's no point in it. There's no G2A. There's no pirating for this. No, this whole game should burn, and the company behind it should follow in the wake of what happened to the developers of Forsworn and of Golem. But I'm not making this video just because of the bear thing. That's bad enough. It's more interesting to see how the woke operate, because this game has something interesting. Once upon a time, this game had some facial sliders to modify the facial structure of your character. That is no longer an option, but what is an option is the ability to pick your own genitals. For example, if you want, what do they call it nowadays? A bonus hole or a pee-pee. Now, excuse me, because I'm not really that up to date when it comes to the woke progressive slang for the male genitalia. So I'm just gonna call it that. Seems like we're drifting from the main point, so let's go back to it. The main reason why they removed any facial slider is because, to quote some of the developers in a Kotaku article, they did it because at the end of the day, most characters tend to look the same. And they don't make the character creator for the players, they make it for themselves because they're gonna get requests to make characters at certain points. It sounds reasonable because, of course, we're gonna make the creator for ourselves, use it to make characters over and over and over again, and then give it to the player to have fun. Problem is the way things are implemented. You can no longer create better looking characters, but you can pick body types. Of course, they are not related to your gender. But that's a topic I'm not gonna get into because YouTube will punish me. Moving on to the problem at hand, and that is the ability to make nice looking characters. It's funny that the same people that will give you the option to, do it with a bear, and they clap like seals for it, are also the same people that will probably more likely judge you for liking pretty anime girls or liking pretty women in general. Of course, we can talk about the safe horny and the safe agey part of things for a long while, especially related to video games and the way they are made nowadays, especially with Baldur's Gate, but I think that loses the point of it. The woke are trying to destroy everything that's beautiful, and we can see that pretty much in the artwork that we see nowadays. Everything's modern art, everything's a banana stick to a wall, or an invisible sculpture. And that's supposed to be considered art because we moved the definition of what art is to something so stupid that a dog doing its natural things in the middle of the road can be considered art. And I think this is where it all resumes to. At the end of the day, it removes individuality and the ability to be an individual, separated from the rest, to be part of a group. This is why you get all these 4 gender forms that all are unrelated to your gender, their body types. It's like you're playing Pokemon or World of Warcraft. Anyway, and that's why you get the ability to, you can express yourself through your genitals. But the idea is that that's what they consider representation. And it's funny that they do that because at the end of the day, it all resumes to this. You are unique as long as you fit into this blob. There is diversity, but it's still conformity. And it's funny when you look at it and when you see it with the naked eye, how conformists these people want you to become. Be part of this diverse and big group, this diverse big group full of inclusivity, but you have to be the same. This is pretty much resumes the whole thing I discussed about Assassin's Creed in Japan and why the woke hate Japan. They worship the black man, they worship the black women, they worship black people. As long as those black people tiptoe the party lines, the moment the black people don't do what they want, then, well, the party that invented the KKK is going to have a field day. Again, let's go back to the subject at hand. The woke hate making nice things. The woke hate you enjoying nice things. The woke will shame you because you like nice things. And that's just the way of life. That's a fact of life, shall we say. And I guess the only option to it is not buy anything, not even think about buying it at a discount from a reseller or even pirating it. No, let it burn. Let them share the fate of other game studios who've also done the same thing by reviving a franchise and then killing it immediately and ending their own studios. Hello, Saints Row. Nevertheless, my advice is don't touch the scrap. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one.